1, 2, 3.
Come here. Oh, okay. Ichabod, come here. Of course he would go see you. Come here. Or not. They don't love me anymore? Who gave birth to you? Me. Someone, come here. Someone, please. Oh my God. Houdini. Wow. Wow. On today's episode of Free Unsolicited Cooking Knowledge, we'll be... Oh my gosh, could you not try and jump out of my arms? On today's episode of Free Unsolicited Cooking Knowledge, we'll be answering the age-old question, boxed or homemade? Thank you. Thank you. You want to go upstairs? Wow. You want to go upstairs? Welcome back, my little spoons. If you are new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button because I'm what? The missing ingredient to your kitchen. As you saw today, we are doing kind of a new little series here in the Free Unsolicited Cooking Kitchen. And I'm going to be completely transparent. I have never made brownies in my life. I've never made box brownies. I've never made homemade brownies. And the reason I had this idea was because I have kind of been obsessed with 2-bite brownies lately. I don't know what it is. It's my hyperfixation food right now. And I thought, why not try to expand my brownie palette and make my own? And that's where this idea came from. Anyway, if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's get into it. All right, so technically we are doing 2 different recipes today, and the homemade recipe for brownies, I kind of narrowed it down to this website called Inspired Taste. I'm not sure if it's like a collective of different like bakers or chefs and stuff, but I did find this really good one. It kind of explains all the ingredients in depth. For this one, you have to preheat the oven to 325, whereas my boxed one, it says 350. So I figured I would start with the lower temperature, and then when we go to do the second one, we can just raise that temperature. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna preheat my oven to 325. All right, now that your oven is preheating, the first ingredient you're going to need is 10 tablespoons of butter. This person states you could do salted butter or unsalted butter. I always have salted butter in the house, so that's what I'm going to do. And you already know what time it is. It's Land O'Lakes time. All right, so 1 stick of butter equals 8 tablespoons. So I'm gonna do 1 whole stick of butter, and then I'm just gonna cut the 2 tablespoons off. And as you can see, they are measured on the side there. Just got my little pot here. So I put my 1 stick of butter in there, and I thought, why am I cutting another stick of 2 tablespoons? I have some that are already room temperature. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put that in. I'm pretty sure that's like 2 tablespoons. I'll do a little more. Okay, perfect. So now that I have my 10 tablespoons, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna put this on the little burner here. I'm gonna let it melt down, and then we'll be back to show you what to do next. Our butter has melted, and I already kind of preset this earlier this morning. But basically in this bowl here, I have done 1 1/4 cups of granulated sugar, and then 3/4 cups plus 2 tablespoons of unsweetened cocoa powder. And I have sifted this because there was tons of chunks in that cocoa powder. So I have my bowl of that cocoa powder and sugar. Perhaps I should mix it. I didn't mix it, but okay, this cocoa powder is very dusty. All right, so I'm gonna slowly add that in. And I'm just gonna mix that, combine it all. Jeez. I'm just making a hot mess, literally. Also, the ingredients said, like, as you're mixing, it's okay if it looks gritty. It looks like I'm gardening. Like, it looks like wet dirt. We are combined. It's looking like wet, dark dirt. I'm gonna let this cool for 5 minutes, and then I'm going to be back to add my eggs. Okay, so this is kind of cooled down. It's warm, it's fine. It's not like super hot. I'm going to add the next ingredient, and that is 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Also, this will help make it less hot because it's room temperature. Not that it's gonna do a lot, but just saying. I'm gonna slowly mix that in. This smells exactly like a 2-bite brownie. I just would like to say that. Okay, now that you have mixed that together, your next ingredient is going to be 2 large cold eggs. And I'm not cracking this directly in the bowl, okay? I got my little bowl right here. I cannot be trusted. Okay, 1. I mean, I am getting better, but I'm still not gonna risk it. This is just a me thing. I'm going to break up the egg so it evenly gets distributed. And I'm going to mix that directly in. Oh my God. Just reading the rest of the directions here. When the batter looks thick and well blended, yes, add the flour. Okay, so we are going to be adding half a cup of all-purpose flour. I have the flour. I've already sifted this, so we don't have to worry about any chunks. So I have half a cup going in. And I'm doing this slowly because I don't need a cloud of dust. Never mind, there was dust anyway. Ooh, this got thick real quick. Oh my God. Beat for 40 to 50 strokes. I don't know what that means. All right, I'm going to mix this for 40 to 50 strokes. I should have KT taped my wrist. Oh my God. 6, 8, 9. Oh God. I lost count. Whatever. 50 mixes later, I don't even know. Spread the thick brownie batter evenly in the prepared pan. It can be hard to spread because it's so thick. Okay. Do your best to push the batter to the corners and even out the top. All right. Because I wanted this to be equal as far as, I don't know, visuals, etc. I got these disposable pans, which I'll probably reuse. These are 8-inch pans. That's what the that's what the recipe called for. And it says to do a layer of parchment paper. So I did that. Now I'm going to add my batter like this. That's a thick boy. Okay, that is thick. So we're just gonna go ahead. I'm gonna plop, I don't know, like a chunk into each corner to hold down this parchment paper. This is like nothing I've worked with before. I feel like I'm making fudge. Also, I'm a huge walnut fan. Cody is not, but I would have opted for walnuts in this. Just saying. Oh dear. Okay, that's pretty much empty. I never knew that brownie mix was this thick. And I'm trying to do it evenly so that like the outside doesn't like get more cooked. Okay, I think that we are there. Okay. Look at this. Perfect.
Beautiful.
Perfect.
Like 6 p.m. right?
You haven't even tried it yet. All right, so the oven is obviously preheated, 325. The instructions say to put it in for 20 to 30 minutes. A toothpick plunged in the center should emerge somewhat moist with batter. As the brownies cool, they firm up, but will always be moist and fudgy in the middle. That makes me a little uncomfortable.
Not me.
Because you're just an addict, okay? Maybe you need to be sober. Oh, speaking of sober, I'm almost at my 2-year mark. Although this winter has been testing me. I'm just saying. It was 9 degrees yesterday, 2 days ago, and I felt the depression slowly leaving my body. So if I can do it, you could do it, okay? Anyway, I'm putting this in the oven for 20 to 30 minutes, and I guess we'll start the next recipe. So BRB. Here we are, we have Betty Crocker brownie mix, not sponsored. Also, this was the only thing that Zehrs had in their store as far as brownie mix goes. So, don't know why. I'm not mad about it because these look delicious and it says Canada's #1 selling, I should have my reading glasses on, babe. Selling baking mix brand, okay. #1 selling baking, okay. I swear I'm educated, okay. Anyway, so the ingredients that this one calls for is like added ingredients to this mix is 1/4 cup of water, 1/3 cup of vegetable oil, and 1 egg. So this one uses 1 egg. So we're already seeing differences. Again, this one says to preheat the oven to 350 degrees. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open this up and I'm going to sift it into another bowl. You heard that right, I'm sifting it because usually with I've done box cake before, there are chunks. So we want to make it as smooth as possible. Okay, hold that thought. I need to get my strainer. All right. Okay. We're going in. This smells disgusting. Like pure dark chocolate. Does that make sense? I love dark chocolate, but there's just like a, I don't know, not a pleasantness to this. The other one smelled really good and sweet, so perhaps I should have not done this all at once. There are chunks, not just the chocolate chunks. What was I straining the one time? Oh, for the, is the male person here? Oh, Dad's probably home. Look at, there's like a lot of like, I'm gonna show you. There's like other chunks besides the chocolate while the dogs howl at my dad arriving home. See? And now I don't know what to do. I might just scoop out the chocolate chunks by hand. Yeah, semi-sweet. I hate semi-sweet. I have taken all the chocolate out. I'm just trying to see if I can break this stuff down. It's not even breaking down. I don't even think this would dissolve. Anyway, I don't know if you can see that. Like that is a lot of weird stuff. And like before you think it's sugar and everything, it's not breaking down. Like I've sifted like sugar and it usually breaks down. This is like extra hard. Should I add the chunks back in? Like, is this what I should do? I don't know. Whatever. I'm remixing in the semi-sweet chocolate chunks that this came with. Do not eat raw brownie batter. Did you hear that, Cody? Do not eat it. For cake-like brownies, increase eggs to 2. I checked on the first brownie batch and they have been in there for 20 minutes. It is way too gooey. I would never feel comfortable eating that. So we did another 5 minutes. Still not good. So we're gonna go to the full 30 and I will pull them at 30 because that's what the directions say. And then I'm just gonna let it sit, but I might as well start mixing this. So I'm gonna do the 1/4 cup of water. Here you go, it's already pre-measured. In we go. Slowly mix that in. Didn't really do anything. Okay, and then 1/3 cup of vegetable oil. I was like, oh my God, I hope this is vegetable oil. 1/3 cup of vegetable oil. Perfect, going in. And then it says 1 egg. Cody, can you get me 1 egg? Thank you. And then I'm just gonna crack the egg in here. Oh my God. We are struggling. Break that egg up slightly and we're going right in. Now we are mixing to combine. This consistency, way different. It's not as thick. Like as you can see, it's very runny. Same thing, it's saying to use an 8-inch, I was gonna say pot, an 8-inch pan. I'm just gonna try and do the corners. Oh, this is hard. Okay, maybe I might have to pour this in. Okay, so, all right. The nice thing about this is like I don't have to really work it into the corners. Like literally that's all I had to do. The alarm for the first batch went off. I'm gonna pull that and then I'm going to raise the heat of the oven to 350 from 325. So I will be right back. Okay, so I took out the other brownies. They're just set aside cooling off. I learned a very valuable lesson. These bend. So when I pull this one out, I'm gonna do 2 hands. The corner kind of bent, so the corner kind of opened up part of the brownie. It's fine. I almost lost that. Sure glad I didn't. For an 8-inch pan, 35 to 38 minutes. Wow, okay. There we go, preheated. I'm putting this in the oven for 30 minutes and we will go from there. So I will be right back. Both brownies are done. The second one is cooling off. It was in the oven for about 30 minutes. This one was the first one, like it's pretty cooled off. This one just came out of the oven. This is what they look like. This is the boxed one, and this is the homemade one. Okay, so I'm gonna set this one aside to continue like kind of cooling off. This one, the homemade one, I'm going to kind of pull this out. I'm gonna cut it into little squares. Okay. That is pretty dense. Okay. So I'm going to do 9 squares. This is a very large, scary knife. I rarely use it, so. Okay. Very easy to cut. I'm a little annoyed it's not like fully cooked. It's very gooey. Oh, this is greasy as hell.
You're killing me slowly.
We're not doing a taste test until this is done.
What?
Yeah.
What?
I need to have a side by side.
You literally said we do this one, then the next one.
Like cutting it up, Cody.
Oh my flippin'.
Cody, you're the most impatient person I know when it comes to food.
Impatient am I? We've only been working for like 2.5 hours.
All right. This is why I could film without you.
I'm just saying, I'm not impatient. I know you're gonna cut that out, but that's how I feel.
Oh, I'm not cutting that out. This may be cooled off enough, so. So this is the box cake. Clearly different. We're gonna do the same thing. Okay, it's still very gooey. Smells completely different. I don't know if I'm a fan. It's just sticking directly to the paper, if that makes any sense. Damn, maybe this should have cooked for a little longer. Although it said 35 minutes, we pulled it at 30. Those chocolate chunks added way too much moisture. All right, now that I've cleaned that all up, it is time for TTT, taste test time. Okay, I have each one side by side. This is kind of what it looks like. This is the boxed one. It has like the crumbly classic brownie top sheen. And then this is the homemade one. The boxed one has like, you could see like where the little chocolate chunks have like the goo. It's still very moist. And then the other one is, it's moist, but it's a little more like solid. I can't explain it. Here we go. All right. Not for me. It's not for me because the chocolate inside is semi-sweet. And like I said in previous videos, I don't like semi-sweet chocolate. That's my opinion. Here, Cody, since you're waving at me like you're some prisoner.
Try the next one.
Like you're some prisoner.
I am.
Thoughts? Or no thoughts? He's just inhaling it.
I like it.
Okay.
I have no problems with that at all.
In case you're wondering. Clean Plate Club for that one. All right, the one I'm most excited about is the homemade brownie, obviously a little more solid. This is more like fudge texture, but this one was cooked though. It had like cake. It's because of the chocolate chunks that made it super soft and like the texture seemed undercooked. Anyway, but this is the homemade one, okay? Yeah. This, it's very rich. This is what you put with ice cream. Definitely a different flavor. Not bad though. I prefer that one over. Thoughts?
I like it. Different.
Mm-hmm.
Tastes like a cleaner brownie, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
It is a little more bitter than I would have thought. It's very moist.
Mm-hmm.
Since you like it more, you can have that.
No, you can have it. Okay. Yeah, this is like what I would put with the ice cream and like, you know, but it is a good base. I think that the nuts would have offset that. This is a little more bitter. It's not as sweet, but like if we added the extra chocolate chips, it would have added that in my opinion, but I don't mind it. And like the edges are really chewy and it's just.
There's a lot to like about that.
Clean Plate Club. Thank you, my little spoons, for lasting this long in the video. I'm so glad you were here with me during this experiment. And in conclusion, in my opinion, I believe the homemade brownie is far superior than the boxed brownie. Sorry, Betty Crocker. If you do want to sponsor me, I will change my mind. Anyway, I just think that it's a good brownie base overall. You can add nuts, caramel, salt. You can just change up the recipe. It's just such a good base to have when it comes to brownies. I love the texture. Could it be sweeter? Yes, but I could just add some chocolate chips to, you know, increase that. The boxed one, it just tasted a little more chemical. Obviously, it's prepackaged, so there's gonna be some kind of like preservatives, etc. in it, but Cody loves them both, so take that information and do what you will. But I think this was overall success, and I can't wait to experiment more with the homemade one and make many other delicious flavored brownies. Anyway, with that said, thank you, my little spoons, and you know what? Brownies. See ya.